All right, here we go.
All right, get with it.
Yo, what's going on, everybody? Welcome to the second episode of Cap Sports. I'm your host, Colton, with my co-host.
Yo, I'm Preston. What's up?
How's it going, everybody? Thank you for tuning in. We want to thank everybody and really getting us... Damn it.
That's why I fucking said don't say it.
I am used to saying thank you.
Don't cut this. Let's keep it. So, but for real though, thank you everyone for checking out, like our initial test footage. Episode 1 is dropping tomorrow. This is episode 2 again. We are super pumped. We've made some changes to the studio. Continued changes will come.
We'll get better by the day.
Absolutely. Well, one of us will.
By the week.
Yeah. But no, we're pumped. I mean, we've got a great crew with us here. We got Tyler, we got Justin, we got Peyton. I'm Preston again. This is Colton. So let's get it started, dude. What are we starting off with?
Unfortunately, we are starting off with the loss to Tennessee from Alabama.
All right, next subject.
Yeah. Yeah, there's a lot to talk about. Really don't want to talk about it.
Awful. I mean, it was awful, dude. Like, I truly don't know what went wrong. Everything.
What's bad is it could have been a whole lot worse. The score ended up being 24-17 in Tennessee's favor, but it could have been a lot worse.
Could have been. They had some touchdown. Some overthrows that were easily, could have been touchdowns.
Deep throws that were thrown out of the stadium. You had, their kicker missed a couple of early field goals that kept BAMA in it. Yep. The offense was driving. They get down in the red zone for their first trip in the end zone, and I do not know why. And it's because we've been so used to it for so long under Nick Saban.
Yep. He spoiled us.
But we did not run the ball in the red zone.
No.
Why not? You got first and goal in the red zone. I think it was second down, our second down play from the 3-yard line. We would throw that fade jump ball to Ryan Williams. Yep. Either Ryan Williams catches that ball or the camera guy or some stooge in the front row of that corner
honestly, I thought
gets the ball.
Milroe was thrown directly to I need to.
It was a bad throw.
There needs to be an investigation because I'm pretty sure he had money on the game. Like,
I've had somebody else tell me.
You know what I'm saying?
I don't understand. It was a very bad throw. So we don't get any points there. But then our next drive in the second quarter, I won't say next drive. Our next attempt in the red zone, we do the same exact play.
Exact.
And it wasn't a good throw then.
No.
He had more field to work with. It was 1-on-1, but you still threw it on the inside, and Ryan Williams just made a hell of a play on it.
Yeah. So let's break it down. I mean, so right now, we've got 2 losses.
Yeah.
Honestly, against 2 really good teams. Vandy's looking great.
Yeah. At the end of the day, you still don't want to lose to Vandy. Bama doesn't lose to Vandy.
No, Bama does not. Listen, y'all. Bama does not lose to Vandy.
Cannot lose to Vandy.
But if there was a year to lose to Vandy, thank God
it's got to be this year.
It was
Hopefully
this year.
Vandy roll, Commodores roll. Yeah, at this point.
Yeah, anchor down.
Yeah.
Anyways, so what's the team's biggest issues, man?
So I'll speak a little bit on Tennessee. I know we're not Tennessee fans. I don't follow them, but I know their defense is solid. Their defense is really good.
Yep. I don't believe they've given up 20 points this season.
Their running game is also really good. Yeah. I think
we held them down in the first half, and they blasted in the second half.
Yeah, I think their only issue right now is the quarterback, Nico Iamaleava.
Amaliva?
Did I nail it? Did I get it? Iamaleava.
She just stuck with Nico.
Iamaleava. That's what it is.
Yeah.
Iamaleava.
Okay, we'll ask Google Translate later.
But like we said, I mean, a couple of deep balls early in the game, he's got the arm.
Oh, dude.
There's no denying that.
Absolutely.
But deep balls overthrown. He did connect on one later, which was a game changer. Of course, the worst time of the game for Alabama. But, yeah, I mean, Tennessee's a solid team. For Bama, it's all the above.
Yes.
I feel like.
Yes.
We're lucky to only have 2 losses right now.
Yeah, I mean, look, it's easy to sit back and say this after, a few games and we have 2 losses. I'm a huge Bama fan. But, since game 1, we haven't looked good. I've got some hate from some of my buddies, since game 1 talking about it, and especially the following games since. We have not been a good football team at all.
It's been weird to
We've just
watch.
been lucky to win the games.
Yeah.
We've been very fortunate to win the games. There's been glimpses of an elite team, but
First half of the
Georgia game, am not getting back into that. But anyways, I mean, clearly,
Wisconsin, we look good, but I mean, looking back now, it's Wisconsin. They haven't been great this year. We played Western Kentucky first game of the year. Jalen played the first 2 quarters, and that was it. So he got shut down.
Yep.
Wisconsin, we looked okay. We ran the ball. Good that game, but Jalen threw the ball all over the yard. South Florida,
close game until the end. Yeah.
It was deja vu from what happened at their place last year.
Yep.
So I don't know. I mean, first half of the Georgia game, I know we said it in the last episode, was the best on both sides of the ball where Bama has looked elite.
And that's what's most frustrating for me is because, that half of football is who I'm comparing this team to every week now.
Yeah.
Because it's clearly they're capable of it, and they're clearly capable of playing that level of football, and we're not. So for me, it's to me, honestly, it all boils down to coaching. DeBoer clearly is a winner, has done it all at every level.
It's a different pace for him being in this type of environment.
To start the game this past weekend for Alabama against Tennessee, they had a horrible first series. We have, bad
fumbled, bad snap, second down.
And, we attribute it to noise and stuff like that. It's why are in years past, and any normal coach, we're going to prepare for that every practice.
You would think.
Every week, we're going to have the stadium speakers, the practice field speakers blasted, full blast, getting these guys accustomed to 75% of what the actual stadium sound is going to be like. But still, though, or they should have been practicing silent counts and, something. There's no way in the first series that we should have gone in and
because it really didn't seem like it was an issue later. I mean, penalties was atrocious.
Every game. I can't, I should have looked it up, but, we've got to be in the top 10 in penalties in the nation.
Oh, it's ridiculous, and it's every year. So that has nothing to do with it. It's just players having brain farts and doing stupid crap, shooting themselves in the foot, especially on defense. The amount of times we could get off the field on third downs, but we have a holding penalty, or we have illegal hands to the face, or a BS roughing the passer penalty. All those are coming on third downs where we can get off the field, and then 4 plays later, the other team's getting in the end zone.
Yep, absolutely.
It's just undisciplined. It's crap product they're putting out there, and we've got the athletes.
Yes.
You put the coaching aside, we still got 5- and 4-star athletes on that field. We lost a lot to the portal. We lost a lot to the draft, but you got your leaders in there like Milroe, like Jam Miller on the offensive side. You still got Deontay Lawson on the other side. There are still leaders on that team.
Got Malachi Moore, LT
They watch film hours and hours daily.
We assume.
Throughout the week. We hope so. But they see the product that they're putting out there for the fans to see, and they got to know it's not what we've been used to for the past 15-plus years.
Look, okay, so I've been thinking about this a lot. So, honestly, I can accept the losses as long as
how we lose.
It's as long as our boys, as long as those guys go out there and bust their ass and fight and scrap. If the other team is just ultimately the better team, and I'm not saying that either Vandy nor Tennessee are not the better team, but we don't have that fight, we don't have that drive, we don't have that extra edge that we are accustomed to.
No, the extra edges we're giving is the penalties. We lost both those games by 1 possession.
Yeah.
And looking back, you look at the penalties. In the Vandy game, you had an early pick 6 by Milroe, and then you had that sack fumble in the fourth quarter, which on a crucial drive, which our offense looked really good that game. But, even this week, you had that BS pick in the end zone in the first drive, or in the first trip in the red zone.
Yeah.
And then you had, that garbage pick at the end of the game.
Right.
But it's in between those, you still got all those bullcrap penalties, and we're not running the freaking ball.
Yeah. So, DeBoer, please, I'm sending this directly to you, by the way. Run the ball.
Yeah. It's so bad to watch because we got 2 really good running backs, and they only combined for 20 carries this past weekend.
Horrible.
20 carries for 62 yards and 1 touchdown.
They're studs. They're studs.
We'd like to think so.
So we saw glimpses of it in the first 2 games of the season where they busted off.
Wisconsin, they ran the ball really well, but we just don't go to it a lot.
Yeah, I don't know why. We're too reliant on Milroe. So speaking of Milroe, 2 things about him. One, now some people were coming out defense him. There's videos coming out of him before the game where he has potentially a slight limp, so he may have been playing hurt. So that's 1. Yeah. 2, what are the chances that Ty Simpson is getting some?
There's been a lot of noise out there this week.
Is Ty Simpson getting some first-team reps this week?
No.
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 Do you want to see it?
It's too big of a game still. I mean, we said it in the last episode. Is this, either lost by this team, is it an elimination game? I feel like I think you said it, it's more of an elimination game for Bama than it is Tennessee. I don't know if the committee is going to be looking at eye test or anything, but Bama does not look good.
So we dropped to 15.
Yeah. Deservingly so.
Yeah. So we got, 5 games left? Dude, there's 2 that I feel I feel confident that they can win. And that's Mercer
and
Auburn. And then really, I'm not even.
It's a coin flip in the
I'm
Iron
not
Bowl.
even confident in that one because the Iron Bowl is just.
You throw records out the window, throw stats out the window.
Yeah, literally doesn't matter.
It doesn't matter.
Iron Bowl is the Super Bowl.
So, Missouri this weekend, Missouri didn't look great against Auburn, and they played at home. I think Auburn played not to lose that game, but they've had quarterback issues the entire season.
Yep.
No, I think Milrose still has the reins going forward because he's good enough to get it done. We've seen it. He's good enough to get it done. He didn't run the ball as effective this past game.
Yeah.
But it may be because he may be, favoring an injury. But
I don't know. Play calling to me sucks.
No, it does. We need to run the ball. And going back to the Tennessee game real quick is I don't feel like Milroe got comfortable in that game with throwing the ball.
So, all right. Is he in your top 5 Heisman anymore?
No.
No? Falling off?
He did not crack the list.
Yeah. Who you got?
So I feel like this goes for everybody. And I did my own research a little bit, but I mean, there's a couple out there that are obvious Heisman favorites. Ashton Jeanty from Boise State.
Yes.
Stud. He's probably the runaway favorite.
Absolutely.
Probably going to end up, but as long as he doesn't get hurt and he stays on this line of production.
If I had a vote, my vote's going to him.
Ashton Jeanty, no doubt. 126 carries, 1,200 rushing yards, and 17 touchdowns.
There's been 2 or 3 games now where he's only played a half of football.
I have to say, I don't think he's played a full game yet this year. I mean, it's Boise State. We don't know their competition level is, but you still got to put up the numbers.
Yeah, no. So I agree. For me, he is absolutely my number one.
The runaway.
Yes.
Yeah, no doubt. Second on there, I got Cam Ward, the quarterback from Miami, who's a freak.
Yeah.
He's a stud. They've had to fight in a couple of games. The Virginia Tech game, which ended on a controversial touchdown.
Yeah, that was.
And then the Cal game, they were losing that game handedly.
Yep.
Halfway through the third quarter, and Heisman moment. He had his Heisman moment in that game, brought him back. So
and then this weekend with Louisville, I mean that was a very close game.
Yeah, it's a close game. Cam Ward so far this year has 2,500 passing yards, 24 touchdowns, and 5 picks.
Only 5 picks. That's unreal.
Only 5 picks. Yeah.
24-5 already.
Yeah.
Pretty much halfway through the season.
Yeah.
Damn.
Yeah, lighting it up. Then you got Travis Hunter on there.
Okay.
Two-way player, Colorado. They're not record-wise. They're not doing any good this year.
Yeah, they are.
I don't think so.
They're not doing
losing record.
No, they don't.
They got a losing record. Check me on that. We'll come back to it.
So here's for me on Travis Hunter. Obviously, elite athlete.
Yeah, he's a freak.
I'm not putting. I don't know. He's on the fence for me for my top 5 because no one's playing both sides of the ball.
And he's producing. I mean,
he is, but he's not, though.
Yeah, he's got 6 touchdowns, only 3 pass deflections on defense, 1 forced fumble, 2 picks. You would like to say that they don't throw to his side a lot.
No, yeah.
But, I mean, he's still getting it done on offense. He's got 6 touchdowns.
All right, so we got the feedback.
Yep.
So Colorado's 5-2, dude. You need to watch some ball.
I apologize.
You need to watch some ball.
Oops.
Yeah, a losing. Yeah.
That's why we got our boys here.
Yeah.
Keep us in check.
Appreciate y'all. So, anyways, Travis Hunter, though, yeah. So, for me, he's on the fence for me for top 5.
I feel like he's going to be on the list at the end of the year anyway.
He will, but solely for the fact that he is playing both sides. I would love to see the numbers he'd put up if he was playing just one side of the ball. Like, would he be leading top 5 in the nation on, defensively or offensively if he was just playing one side? But credit to him for playing both sides and playing 100+ snaps every single game. for me, that is huge.
Because last year, he was doing the same thing, and he got hurt and missed a couple games. But, I mean, still this year, the amount of stamina, the amount of prep work you do for your body and able to play both sides of the ball every snap, every play, it's hands off to him, man.
Yeah, no, I mean, he's one of one for sure.
Special. All right, so the next one I have on my list is, I don't know if you've heard, this kid's only 17.
I haven't heard that.
Yeah,
Who are you talking about?
Ryan Williams, in case you haven't heard of him.
Right,
17-year-old.
17 for everybody listening.
Yeah, so, yeah, he's had a fantastic year.
I'm going to celebrate the absolute piss out of his birthday when he turns 18, which won't be until next year.
Right,
okay, because I'm so tired of hearing he's 17. Like, we get it. Okay, he should be a junior, maybe a senior in high school.
I don't know if you heard this too. There was a stat that went out with him being his age. He was the first ever 17-year-old to lose to Vanderbilt. So there's that stat out there too. Yeah, breaking records.
Ryan,
baby.
Put that on your resume one day, buddy.
Breaking records. But no, I mean, he's been fantastic for Alabama. Yeah. He has bailed Alabama out. Absolutely. He bailed him against Georgia. And, he had that fantastic catch against Vandy, who we were still in it at that point.
Yep.
But yeah, I'll say only 31 catches, 649 yards, and he's got 7 touchdowns.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I mean, those are pretty good stats for such a young dude.
For a 17-year-old.
And he's got a lot. So Miller got a lot of hate this past game against Tennessee for force feeding him. I personally liked it. I actually touched on it last week that they should.
Yeah, they did, and they weren't going to slow down from doing it. I mean,
honestly, I liked it. I do feel like Milroe should have spread it out
give your best
a little
players
more.
The ball.
But exactly, like that's what you do. I mean, it's got to learn and grow.
And we got 2 really good players in the backfield who don't get the ball enough.
Anyways, all right. So who you got next?
All right, so my last one I got on there is Dylan Gabriel from Oregon. 2,000 passing yards, 15 tuds, and 4 picks. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's good. Really good. People were going.
What's he on? He's on his 3rd team, I believe.
I know he was at Oklahoma.
Yep.
Before he came to Oregon. I'm not sure if he was on another team before that.
Yeah, he was. Yes, UCF. Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. I mean, people are going to say if he could play against Ohio State, I think he looked pretty good.
Yeah, no.
Against Ohio State.
What a game.
Yeah, it was fantastic. I know we touched up on that last episode, but yeah, that's going to be one of the top games that people look back on at the end of the year when they're trying to figure out, because Oregon and Ohio State are still trending towards getting in that playoff spot. They still got to play other teams in the conference. That's like, a lot like the SEC, the Big Ten, they're going to beat up on each other.
Thank God.
Yeah, and looking back
Bama needs it this year.
Looking back at the AP poll, the top 25, there's only 2 teams in the top 25 with 2 losses, and that's Alabama and Ole Miss.
Yeah.
So there's a lot of undefeated teams, a lot of one-loss teams that are still trending.
Speaking of
we need a lot of help
Army
from a lot
Navy.
of teams. Yeah, Army Navy. I know we touched up on it last time. Yeah. They're still undefeated. Still
Congrats.
trucking along. Yep. Both ranked 23, 24, and Vandy comes in at number 25.
Could you imagine, though? What if they went out? What if we see them in the national championship?
So they still got to play, and what's wild about that, and they still got to play each other, obviously, but they both still got to play Notre Dame.
Yes.
And they play, so Army and Navy would play, if they still trending and still undefeated, depending on how everybody else is in that conference, they'll have to play the conference championship game.
Yep.
And then turn right around and play each other in the Army-Navy game at the end of the season. A lot can still happen for Army and Navy because they could still, like I said, they keep winning. If one or both of them end up upsetting Notre Dame, play in the conference championship, they both could sneak in the playoff as a Power 5, entrance.
Absolutely, they should. I love it. I'm here for it. Like, I've watched some games now.
And see, it's
good for America.
It's one of those situations to where
I don't see Iran doing this with their football teams.
It would be nice, obviously, for Bama to make the playoff, but at this point, you don't want Alabama to sneak in and end up playing a team like Army and Navy, and then just getting the doors beat off of them in the first round.
Don't even play because that could happen this year.
It could. It very well could. And they could do that to any other team.
Right now, we're sitting outside of the top 12 anyway, so we don't have to concern ourselves with that.
It would be nice to get a win this weekend, obviously, against Missouri. I know they're ranked, and they're playing mad, too. They've got a really good team. Their coach is really good.
Absolutely.
So, yeah, Bama's still going to get the best out of everybody they play.
Yes.
And they got a week off, and then they go to Baton Rouge to play LSU, which is always a circled game.
Yeah, no.
Especially coming in this year, coming in with 2 losses.
They've been playing good ball. Obviously, they just lost, Jaden Daniels to the draft. But they
Nussmeier's slinging it.
He's been doing really, really good.
Yeah, and they still got stud receivers.
Of course, I mean
LSU might be wide receiver.
Alabama and LSU are like 1A, 1B, depending on the.
You can almost you can't treat it as much like the Iron Bowl, but as far as like throwing records out the window, stats out the window, like that is a crucial game every single year because there's always the past few years ever since they started the playoff, it's like. People circle this game because the winner of this game
matters.
With the East and West divisions being in the SEC in the past. Like the winner of this game is going to end up in Atlanta playing somebody from the East.
Yes, for sure.
But yeah, so this game, Bama LSU is going to be a huge game, but we won't look too far into it. Going back to Tennessee teams, unfortunately, we're going to talk about the
future number 1 draft pick. Representing the Titans.
Unfortunately, they need a quarterback, and there's not really any good quarterbacks that's going to be coming out this year.
No. So, I mean, they did it 1 year too early. They should have held off till next year.
Right, yeah.
Should have held off on this losing record again till next year and gone for Arch. But, to each their own. Maybe they can trade their number 1 pick this year for the number 1 next year to somebody. I don't know.
I see the Titans having open field tryouts like they did in the movie
Invincible?
Invincible.
Oh, for sure.
Just bring in people. It's like, look, if you can stay on your feet and if you can throw it to...
Would you go?
Ridley, D-Hop, Boyd. Would I go?
Yeah, would you go?
I got a game.
Oh, okay. You got prior...
No, I'm saying like I can give you a game.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I got
Put me in shotgun every snap. I don't want to be under center.
Is that because you want your hand on someone else's nuts? Or?
Well, no, I'll fall. I'll trip.
So this guy's a walking accident for sure. Little background. I've never seen someone break their neck, break their back, tear both ACLs.
Whoa.
Yeah.
Same ACL twice.
Yeah, okay. So anyways, but yeah, so...
No,
he'd give you his best, but it'd be someone's worst. No, yeah.
It's bad. Like Mason Rudolph, he got his chance, and
I thought he looked really well. So we talked about
did okay, yeah.
I thought Rudolph looked really, really good. To be perfectly honest. So again, y'all, I'm a Steelers fan, but due to proximity, like I'm a Titans fan. Because of how close they are to where we live. Obviously, Derrick Henry was there a long time. Rep, wish you would have stayed, brother. But yeah, so I mean, they're my go-to team. Like I watch them just as much as I watch the Steelers.
Yeah.
Love them. I don't. To me, I thought
bad football team.
I thought this year was really going to be a year they set themselves apart and really like.
They had a great offseason bringing in all these pieces.
Yeah, huge. Like
a good draft.
I was so excited about Calvin Ridley. We talked last week about Boyd,
Pollard.
Pollard, who looked pretty good in the first half. But honestly, so I mean, I was really high on Will Levis, and dude, he's been flopping.
He's bad.
Like what we said last week, he's the meme MVP.
Yeah.
The only reason he wasn't again this last weekend,
he didn't touch the field.
He was chilling on the bench.
Yep, and Rudolph had a clean game. He didn't have any turnovers. It's just a bad football team.
Anyways, but yeah. So I thought he looked really good. I personally think he did look better.
I guess
than Will Levis. They didn't get the win.
A 7-year-old looked good compared to Will Levis.
Yeah, it's not hard to do. That's sure. Okay, so this season is definitely scrapped. Like, what do they got? How do you feel about the coach compared to Vrabel?
Vrabel was a hard nose. I think he hurt a lot of people's feelings, but he was a player's coach. And when I say hurt people's feelings, I was like he didn't hold back.
Yeah, he was
like he would chump your ass and not apologize for it. You can either get with it or step.
Honest guy, but he knew what he was talking about, and like he was honest, but like probably respected them. Like told them the truth or told them what they needed to hear to make them better.
Yeah, he held the players to an accountability.
I miss him. I mean,
hindsight's always 20/20.
Yeah, of course, but
Yeah.
I thought it was a bad fire, to be perfectly honest. Like, whoever gets them, honestly, like, the Patriots probably going to pick him up. Like, Jared Mayo might be a one and done.
Oh, yeah, man. You got to think this upcoming offseason, Vrabel's going to be top of the list because there's going to be some coach firings. You got to think Vrabel's at the top of the list of taking over
I can't
a
believe
team.
that he didn't get a head coach position.
Maybe a Jets coach.
I hope he doesn't for his own sake.
Maybe
Insanity.
Buccaneers coach. You never know what their situation's always like. I feel like Todd Bowles is in the hot seat every year.
No, I mean, I disagree. I think they've been playing good ball. They just got. I mean, heck, they played good. They ended up playing good ball last night and came back.
They did. Two unfortunate injuries to Mike Evans and Chris Godwin.
Yeah. Obviously they play against the Ravens, who are a fantastic team.
Nasty.
Yeah. Lamar.
They're disgusting. They're dangerous.
Yeah.
They're going to be scary going forward, and when they make the playoffs, they're going to be disgusting. It seems like Derrick Henry's finally coming into his own, looking like Derrick Henry was in his prime years at Nashville.
Yep.
And it's going to be easy because they're not relying on
Lamar
Henry as much.
Yeah.
Like
he's
not getting 20, 25 carries like it was in Nashville, but he don't
need it.
You don't need it.
Yeah.
Because you still got to chase Lamar Jackson everywhere, and then you just hand off to Derrick Henry, and he'll snap 80, 90 yards off on you real quick.
Which he did last night.
Yeah. He's losing the step, though.
He has.
He's losing the step.
But he's still him.
No, he is, yeah.
Like, bury me in this jersey for sure, outside of maybe my Antonio Brown jersey.
Oh, no. Oh,
yeah, I'm
no.
repping. I rep it. Like, he's that dog. AB, you are the best receiver.
We're trying to be your crackers of the day.
Yeah, cracker. Like,
we're trying to be your crackers of the day.
Please, man. Like, it'd make my day for sure.
Shout out AB though. He was
so
fun
okay.
to watch.
So let's talk about this. So we brought up last week about the trades. You had Amari Cooper to the Bills.
Yep.
Devontae Adams to the Jets. So let's talk about how they performed, how they looked. Did they make an impact for their teams?
So Cooper, I feel like, obviously made an instant impact. He ended up scoring a touchdown. It did look like on his touchdown, though, looking back at clips, it looked like he was asking what route he was running before.
Which makes sense. I mean, he'd been there like, hey,
yeah, why not? It's like, hey, what am I running here?
Yeah.
And then I'm pretty sure it was Coleman. Coleman's the one that told him?
Yeah, Coleman. Yeah.
Because they asked him about it in the press. He was like, no, I didn't tell him. But it's like, we all know.
Yeah.
And he got him the touchdown. Cooper's going to be fantastic for Buffalo.
So I said it last week. I'm so excited he's there. This is finally a quarterback.
He's going to get
that is an
fed.
elite quarterback. Cooper hasn't had that in the league yet, for he's almost 10 years in the league.
Yeah.
And I'm so ecstatic. I hate that it took so long to get to this point, but he's still one of the best route runners, one of the best wide receivers in the league to me. So he's finally going to.
And the only thing that's going to, it's going to take him a while, but him and Josh Allen just got to get their timing down together, and then it's just going to be a walk in the park.
Absolutely, like.
He can take the top off of a defense. He can be your bruiser across the middle. He can be your quick screen out guy.
Yeah, it's gonna be so fun. Like I'm gonna be watching a lot more Bills games because I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, it's gonna be fun to watch. Unfortunately, of course, his first game was against the Titans.
Yes.
And going back to the Titans a little bit, their defense hasn't looked as which I know the Bills, Josh Allen, they're a tough team. That's a tough environment to play in. But like their defense just
it's not there.
Yeah,
it's not there. Like, I feel like the Titans need at least 7 number 1 draft picks in one season.
They need a lot. And you like you said, I mean, the offseason was great for them. We brought in, it seemed like all the right pieces.
Big names.
You brought in, L'Jarius Sneed
especially
on the outside.
Offensively.
Chidobe Awuzie on defense. You brought in Kenneth Murray, Dearness Jones. That was a late trade before the season started.
Adams.
Jamal Atwell. See ya.
Yeah.
But yeah, off-season wise, you're like, okay, we're doing it.
Like, okay, this.
And we had questions about the quarterback coming in. It's like, okay, is Will Levis, how is he going to be? And people earlier in the season were saying, he's still on his, rookie player because he didn't play all of last season. But it's like, you had half of last season, you had the whole off season, you got the team this year, and it's just
fumble. Like we said, meme MVP.
Yeah.
All right, so Devontae Adams. So
not as successful. And he pretty sure he dropped the first pass of the game.
Yeah. So obviously he does have that repertoire with Aaron Jones. Like people thought,
Aaron Rodgers.
That's what I said.
You said Jones. Yeah. Yeah.
Apologies.
Yeah.
So he does have that repertoire with Aaron Rodgers.
Yep.
So cut that and blend that together.
Cut my shit, but not yours. Okay.
Yep. Anyways, so because whenever you were screwing up, it was funny.
I wonder what the bets were for if there was a bet out there for Devontae Adams getting the first pass thrown to him by Aaron Rodgers. It had to be.
Oh, there was. I think I saw some of that.
And
but yeah, so first half though, he looked decent, like he might start cooking, like they have in the past. But man, did not.
He was probably more at a disadvantage though because he just played the Steelers the week before.
I feel like that'd give you more advantage. You already know what type of defensive schemes they're going to be in and what works well against them. I feel like that should have been an advantage.
Do with them in the NFL. I mean, the coaches they're smart, and the players are really smart too. They can pick up on that stuff. But yeah, he obviously didn't have numbers wise, Cooper and Adams, they didn't jump off the stat sheet.
No.
But the Steelers looked really
so good. Okay.
good.
So everyone that's been the hot topic of the week. Justin Fields has a winning record. Looked pretty good, to start the year for these
Done good enough to get them where they're at.
Yep. But Tomlin decided to still bring in Russ, and he cooked. Russ cooked.
It could have gone. Really bad for him.
I wasn't sure how it was going to go. But
started off kind of slow.
He did. Got hot. And did really well.
Russ cooked.
George Pickens is probably Russell Wilson's biggest fan because he finally got his first touchdown of the year, got over 100 yards receiving.
Yep.
No, I think, honestly, I don't feel like the offense has even looked terrible this year. We did need some more deep threat. We obviously needed more offensive or receiving touchdowns, and Russ made that happen. I thought it looked really, really good, so I'm excited for week 2 of Russ and see how we continue to improve. And
that's what I was going to say. You got to think it's Russ going forward.
Yeah. Absolutely.
Because that was his, I feel like, one shot to come in. It's like, look, show us what you got if you still got it.
Yeah,
and he lit it up. And
it was Justin Fields' job to lose. And while he didn't do anything necessarily bad and we continued to win the games with him.
It's still just that veteran presence of Wilson.
Not only that, but we continued to win the games with him under center, playing quarterback. He never did anything to take over that job and cement himself as that starting QB. So it's like, okay, well, we know Russ, we know what he's done. He's older, but, he might still have something left in the tank. So we don't have anything to lose by letting him take a shot. Russ came in one game and immediately just cemented himself as starting QB.
You lose the scrambling factor a little bit, but the Steelers got a really good offensive line. They can keep him clean back there. He can pick them apart.
Yes. We might have lost the scrambling aspect, but that's the best Najee Harris has looked in quite a while.
It's 2 weeks in a row, that he's looked like he did, his first couple of years in the league.
Yeah, so I'm excited for that.
Yeah,
it's got a little
they look really good. And in the Jets' defense, it's a really good defense.
Yeah, they have a great defense.
It's a top defense in the league. One of the top defenses in the league. But yeah, he picked them apart, and they looked really good. So I'm sure it must be nice going from, watching the Titans suck with 2 bad quarterbacks going to watch your other team have 2 really good quarterbacks.
Yeah, it's fun. I like it.
What a life.
You think maybe the Titans should trade for Justin Fields and
I'd love it, but there's no shot they do it.
Yeah.
Because with as good as Fields has played, they're going to offer an arm and a leg
probably
for him.
What big
you give, so hypothetical hat is going on. Do you give up your top first round pick for Fields? And maybe maybe a thing? You don't?
Absolutely.
You try to develop another rookie quarterback, or you get someone who's been in the league for a couple of years.
They can make a trade. Titans can make a trade for Fields, but they're not giving up a first round pick. Like a third and a player or something.
Teams do seem to just give up a bag of balls for big name players. I know it's different for receivers than it will be for quarterbacks, but it doesn't seem like they give up a lot to get the players they want.
Yeah, I agree. The Titans always somehow get screwed in trades, it feels like. Bag of chips. Get a bag of chips in return for giving up a lot. I don't know.
Yeah. We'll stock your vending machines for a year.
Yep.
But no, the Titans, they look really bad, and the Steelers are trending, and they haven't missed the playoffs since Tomlin's been there, so that's also got to be a really good feeling, knowing that you got 2 really good quarterbacks. If one's having a bad day, throw the elbow in and just keep it rolling.
Yeah, they should just wear the same jersey numbers, like no one knows the difference. All right, so what about the Chiefs and 49ers matchup, man? A little bit of a
Wasn't
letdown.
a great game. I mean, the Chiefs are still undefeated, a sloppy 6-0, but I would take a sloppy 6-0 over abysmal 1-5.
The Kansas City Chiefs are equivalent to the Golden State Warriors for me at this point in my life. I can't stand them.
But as long as Steph Curry's on the court, they're going to do good. And as long as Pat Mahomes is still under center, they're going to do good things.
Yeah. Already.
Yeah.
It didn't take as long.
Yep.
Here's the thing, though. Mahomes looks like crap this season. He has more interceptions than he does passing touchdowns.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good. They're still winning. I don't understand it.
They still got a good defense. Their offenses seem to sputter a lot. I mean, they've got
Kareem
obviously
Hunt now.
Hurts with, Pacheco being out. You lose Rasheed Rice.
To me, I think they're better with Kareem Hunt.
And they're
already.
still going to make a blockbuster trade before the deadline and probably get a receiver or somebody else. It's like,
That's who the Titans should trade for is Patrick Mahomes.
oh, yeah.
Would you give up the next 7 first-round picks for Patrick?
Sure, why not? I mean, we revolved the future around Will Levis at this point, so it's like, just do what you got to do.
Yeah.
Win now football.
Oh,
Go do it now. Why not?
It seems like the Chiefs are winning every year right now. So,
And the 49ers, they're battling a lot of injuries too. I mean, it's you still got to think that they will be in it in the end of the year because they're not in a great division. I mean, you got the Rams, you got the Seahawks, and you got the Cardinals in that division. So, I mean, the division's still up in the air.
yeah.
So you got to think they'll still be in it. And Chris McCaffrey can still come back this year.
I don't think he's coming back.
And think he's coming back?
I hope he does. I love CMC.
Yeah.
I don't know. I mean, with all the talk around his Achilles and with the Achilles injuries to players over the last 2 years, like I don't think it's worth the risk. Like heal it and give up the year, dude. Like, I mean,
And they use him
a lot
for everything.
A lot. Like, don't ruin your career for a throwaway season at this point. In a sense.
It's that Madden cover curse, man.
It is. Yeah.
It's real.
I wish I had that problem in my life.
Just put me on the Madden cover.
Yeah.
Yeah,
But speaking of that though, with Achilles
injuries,
is
Deshaun Watson.
Deshaun Watson.
R.I.P. That might be it for you.
Is he officially no longer a Brown after this? You feel?
I don't know. He wore the jersey, but was he ever? I mean, it's the Browns' typical issue they got going on. I mean, he's just going to go. His jersey's going to go up in the morgue with all the other quarterbacks they've had come through there.
I'm pumped to see Jameis Winston play. I'm excited.
That's who we need to get on the show.
Oh my gosh.
That's who we need to get on the show.
Yeah. You start tweeting him right now.
Motivational speaker.
Like, I'm gonna have some crab legs
Hype
here
man.
for sure.
Yeah.
No, man.
It is dirty though. I mean, with all the stuff going around Deshaun Watson and all the bad things he's done off the field and him walking off on his team on the field, you don't want to hear.
Very poetic for his story that he's written for
got
himself.
Booed off the field and everybody was cheering, and that's a tough scene. It's tough that you put yourself in that situation to have that done to you.
Yeah. I mean, like obviously a bunch of players came out and spoke, positively.
Myles Garrett wasn't happy about it.
But I mean, like, let's be for real though. Like, okay, I don't feel the fans were cheering his injury. They're cheering that they don't have to cheer for the team anymore with Deshaun Watson at the helm, at least probably for the next season and a half.
I don't know. Cleveland fans are the most loyal fans you got to think, though.
They are.
They love their football.
They do. So again, though, I'm pumped to see Jameis Winston take over,
come in and light it up.
Yeah, I hope he does. I think he will. I really do.
Or he could be in contention
Nick
with
Chubb's back, by the way.
meme MVP. Yeah, he was, and I didn't realize that we were talking about this the other day. I didn't
football guy
realize that he's on my fantasy team, and I just had him sit on the bench, and I was like, all right, he's not going to play, and then he starts playing again this week.
11 carries, 22 yards, tutty. Yeah,
easing him back in. Yeah, so he'll be starting for one of the 5 teams I got on fantasy this year.
I mean, again, as a Steelers fan, though, and they're one of our biggest rivals, love Nick Chubb. He's a fantastic dude.
It's a tough division.
Yeah, it is.
AFC North.
But I'm very happy for him. I mean, he got hurt against us last year against Minka. People said that was a dirty hit, yada, yada. It wasn't. Minka just made a great tackle. But I'm so happy for Chubb that he's back and, getting back in the –
hopefully he can pick up where he left off.
Yeah, I hope that we continue to see him at his best because he loves the game. He does things the right way. So hope the best.
And there's you never see anything off the field with him.
No.
Drama-wise.
No.
He just keeps his head down, plays ball, and like you say, he does it the right way. And he's been like that ever since he came out of Georgia. Yep. It's just been a freak. Yeah, he's one of the ones it'll make that team a whole lot better. And with Deshaun Watson being out, that is a comfort blanket for Jameis Winston. You just turn around and hand it to Chubb and let him eat.
Yeah. It's going to be fun watching football this weekend for sure.
For who?
Well,
for Steelers fans?
Yes. It's obviously going to be an extremely stressful weekend.
This was bad too.
As an Alabama fan,
before you had Bama, you knew was going to come in and handle business on Saturday, regardless who you cheered for on Sundays. If you were a Bama fan on Saturday, you knew
your weekend was salvaged, even because you knew Bama's probably going to win.
Yeah.
If your NFL team loses, you can hang your hat on Bama winning.
Right. Now it's you have nothing to hang anything on, with being a Bama and Titans fan.
Right.
Yeah. So we're at the halfway point now of the NFL year, and I went through and put down some guys for midseason MVP, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year. So we can rattle off that list real quick. I think I just got, so I got 4 up for MVP right now. I got Lamar Jackson, Jared Goff, Baker Mayfield, and Derrick Henry.
Okay.
Lamar Jackson had 5 touchdowns last night against the Buccaneers to kind of boost his MVP stock. No turnovers. Jared Goff, I know we talked about their matchup with the Vikings this past episode, was a great game. Didn't disappoint. 2-point victory, but that was a classic NFC North boxing match that and we kind of knew, the Vikings, they were undefeated, but we really didn't know. It's hard to go undefeated in the NFL regardless of the situation you got going on. But with, Darnold, you really know how he was going to be. Being 5-0 with them, playing a very tough and scrappy Lions team, and they still looked really good against them.
Really good.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a pretty good list.
Yeah, so I'll go back to Lamar Jackson's stats real quick. The Ravens are 5-2. Lamar Jackson has 1,800 passing yards, 15 touchdowns, only 2 picks.
That's pretty good.
Yeah, 15-2 is never bad at an NFL quarterback.
Prior to last night, though, he was 10-2.
It was 10-2, which is still pretty good.
Pretty mediocre, in my opinion.
I would take 10-2 with the Titans right now. Touchdown to picks.
Yeah, well, if he played with Titans, it'd probably be you're right, 10 interceptions and 2 touchdowns for sure.
Jared Goff, they are 5-1, 1,600 passing yards, 10 touchdowns, 4 picks.
Yep.
Baker Mayfield, Bucks are 4-3. 1,800 passing yards, 18 touchdowns, 7 picks. So they throw the ball a lot. But with them losing Godwin,
for sure,
Mike Evans is battling a hamstring. He went out last night's game, and he's getting up there too. He's been in the league a long time.
He's still balling out.
He can still get it.
I'm not worried about him.
He can still get it, and Baker Mayfield's a dog.
Dude, we talked about this. I love Baker. I'm a Baker bro.
Baker, that'd be another fun one to get on the.
I'm gonna have to get his.
The pod.
I'm gonna have to get a jersey for sure.
Got caught popping a Zen in the middle of the game.
Yeah,
I respect it.
I meant to tell you that, dude. I'm like,
he's stretched out. Let me pop a Zen.
Dude, he's like, just.
I need it. I need the fix.
Dude,
yeah, he's a bro for sure.
No, for sure, he is absolutely.
Baker Mayfield. Baker Mayfield's a guy you got to root for regardless of the team.
I'd probably pay $500 just to hang out with him for 24 hours straight, just see what kind of trouble we get into.
His personality, his demeanor, his dogness that he's got. I mean, he's a guy you root for.
Yeah.
And then Derrick Henry's having an MVP year, I think.
Really? Yeah. Okay.
100%.
So 873 yards. And
873 yards. He got 8 touchdowns.
Okay,
yeah.
8 touchdowns.
And he didn't score a touchdown last night either.
No.
Fact check me on that.
No, I believe you because I watched the game.
Derrick Henry's on pace to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record again. So he would
really
on pace to eclipse 2,000 yards again.
Really?
So in case you didn't hear that, he's on pace to break Eric Dickerson's rushing record again for the second time in his career.
That's impressive. I didn't realize he's doing that. I've known he's done well. He's had a few,
he started off slow too.
He did. Very minimal carries. Well, I'm glad that the Ravens are utilizing him properly to his best potential.
Yeah.
Man, I would love to see it, especially at the ages he's at now.
Yeah, go get it. We will always be
I won't
Derrick Henry fans.
Cheer for the Ravens, but I'll cheer for Derrick Henry.
I don't know. I like Lamar Jackson. They're not a bad look.
I think
watching good football. I will cheer for a team who's playing good football right now.
Except the Dallas Cowboys.
Well, they're not playing good football. So. All right. So yeah, that's my MVP list I got going on right now. So midseason defensive player of the years. It's a short list. Because defensive stats. I mean, those you typically see guys going for the high sacks. Win the awards like that.
There's only one name on this list, and it's T.J. Watt.
Except he's like 10th in the league in sacks.
Yeah, but he opens up a lot.
You still got Cam Hayward and was it Alex Highsmith on the other end.
His presence on the field brings a lot of attention so that
he's still a freak.
So that the people around him can do well as well.
Yeah. Now, this list is weird. Okay. So
makes sense coming from you.
Yeah. So first on the list, I got Dexter Lawrence, plays for the Giants. Just in case you didn't know, they're 2-5, but he's leading the league with 9 sacks.
Well, clearly that hasn't amounted to anything.
No, it don't. It does.
Is he sacking Daniel Jones?
I didn't look that up. Probably that'd be funny. Do they count practice sacks?
Yeah.
But no. So he's getting after it apparently, and second on the list is Will McDonald. For the Jets. They're also 2-5. He's got 8 sacks. But a fun stat that I saw, this linebacker, Andrew Van Ginkel from the Vikings.
Yep.
They're 5-1, obviously. He's got 5 sacks, 2 pick sixes, and a forced fumble.
Huge.
Right?
Huge.
Andrew Van Ginkel. He was with the Dolphins, I think, last year. And he's still, he flies around the field. He does the right thing.
Yeah.
And I want to say he's older in the league, too. I want to say he played at Wisconsin. Because I remember that name, playing at Wisconsin, a freak at Wisconsin, one of them DWBs. You ever heard of them? DWBs?
Driving While Black?
Dirty White Boys?
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah. Andrew Van Ginkel's a certified DWB.
Okay.
Dirty White Boy. So it's just a little saying.
That is a new one to me.
Yeah. Some players used to say that at Jacksonville State.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah. So obviously, I feel like this Defensive Player of the Year award, this list is going to change drastically because, like you said, you're going to have your T.J. Watts come in conversation later on down the year. You're going to have Myles Garrett coming at the end of the year. So, and there's always
how's Myles Garrett looking this year? Well, off the top of my head, I don't know his stats. Like, hit us with that in a minute.
Yeah, and you got to think there's probably going to be one or two other that sneak in later on, but you got to feel like your top heavy defensive player is always going to be T.J. Watt and Myles Garrett.
Definitely.
So rookie of the years, there's been some pretty good rookie play this year so far. So my list, I got Jaden Daniels, who's looked really good for a Commander team that nobody knew how they were going to look coming into this year.
Cliff Kingsbury has made a huge difference with that offense.
Yeah. Yeah, and Dan Quinn being at the helm, first-year guy there.
Yeah. So, been obviously with Atlanta, head coach, Tom's looked great.
He was successful in Dallas, too.
Okay, so they got so Myles Garrett, 4 sacks, 2 forced fumbles. Pretty decent. But, we'll see how it goes towards, as the year goes on.
It's low for him. It's high for a lot of other people.
Exactly. Anyways, so Dan Quinn, though, obviously Atlanta and, looked good at times, didn't really pan out, spent a couple years with the Cowboys, now has the opportunity to be the head coach again with the with the Commanders, excuse me. And I stopped myself before. I said the R, didn't quite that hard R. I said, but I didn't finish the full word. So as the head coach of the Commanders, and they look fantastic. Not only for rookie of the year with Daniels, though, I'd put him in my top 5 for MVP at the moment.
MVP.
Yeah, he's playing outstanding ball.
No, he is. Yeah, they got a 5-2 record.
Better than I thought, truthfully.
And he got hurt the other day, missed the game. Marcus Mariota came in and lit it up. Granted, they played
former Titan.
They played the Panthers, but he went 18 of 23, 205 yards with 2 touchdowns, won 40-7.
He did that well.
Yeah, he did. Yeah.
You know,
like
they don't have elite receivers for real. Like, no.
You got McLaurin.
Yeah, no. I mean, who's fantastic.
Right, yeah.
But, I mean, he's not in that, like, top 10 level big name receivers. I mean, he's probably, like, 11, 12, you know, but, like, he's a great
He's a really good receiver.
Luke McCaffrey.
Oh, little brother's out there.
Right.
Is he getting much playing time?
No.
He's got a touchdown or two.
Yeah.
How about that?
You know, he played quarterback in college for a little bit before he transferred one of his 3 or 4 times.
But yeah.
Was he tight end now?
Receiver.
Tight end receiver? Yeah.
Do it all guy.
Yeah.
Like Big Brother. So yeah, Jaden Daniels, Commanders, great start to the year. Caleb Williams started off not great, but the past couple weeks has been lighting it up.
Well, he did play against the Jags.
It was against the Jags.
So
I know.
you can't really do much with that.
You could.
If the
He did. I mean, he could have done the complete opposite and just shit all over himself and not play
I'm
good.
saying, though, that of course his stats, he's going to look great because you're playing the Jags. You know what I'm saying? Like, Will Levis would look great against the Jags, probably.
Would he? They played the Bears the first game of the year, and what'd he do?
Meme MVP.
All right, then.
Yeah, meme MVP.
Had his on his
But I'm
knees,
not
hands on
talking
his
about
head at the end of the
Levis playing the Bears. I'm talking about Levis playing the Jags. Caleb Williams playing Jags. Anyways, yeah, he's good. He's good. He's a good dude. He's a good quarterback.
He's got to keep it going, though. They're coming off a bye week this week. I want to say they play the Commanders this weekend.
Mm-hmm.
So you got a number 1 pick versus number 2 pick matchup coming up this weekend. 2 really good teams.
Yep.
Commanders and Bears. So my next, I got a couple of receivers here. Malik Neighbors on a very bad Giants team.
Stud.
Yeah, he's a freak. With a very mediocre / below average quarterback.
There we go. Let's just stick with that. Don't give him any credit.
Would you take him on the Titans?
Daniel Jones?
No.
Or is it 1A, 1B with garbage?
I would take Daniel Jones as the water boy.
I'm just saying, I'm desperate. But yeah,
No,
Daniel Jones. No. I'm not saying Titans go get Daniel Jones.
No, I know, but no. If he was gifted to them for free, I'd be like, what are you doing here?
Yeah, I still want Malik Willis, but that's neither here nor there. So yeah, Neighbors is lighting it up. I got Brock Bowers tied in.
Oh man, yes,
for the Raiders.
Yeah, no,
he's done really good.
I mean, big surprise, but really not. I mean, obviously what he did in college, that's college ball.
It's with the Raiders. They're so bad.
Yeah, they've had a more or less revolving door at quarterback. Gardner Minshew.
He lines up everywhere.
Everywhere.
And he gets fed.
Yeah, I've got him on my fantasy team.
I do too. Yeah.
Thank God.
Stud. Right. Yeah.
No, he's been fantastic, dude. Like, obviously red zone, but just across the field, like, you know, all over. Like, you're moving around, like I said, line up any spot. He gets open. And not only that, even if he's not open, he's catching the ball.
He's so good with the ball.
Great.
He'll run away from you.
Yeah, fast, big guy.
He's a bruiser.
The only negative thing I can say about him is his receding hair.
Yeah, it's tough. Just get rid of it.
Yeah.
Just go.
Dude. Yeah.
You made it to the NFL.
Was he 22, 23? Dude, yeah. Like,
his hairline looks like the owner, Mark Davis.
Oh, my God.
Just a lot more thin.
Yeah.
Just let it go.
Yeah, there's more bald than hair on that.
Yeah.
Head.
Just let it go. And then the last one I got for Rookie of the Year is one of the few bright spots for the Jaguars, Brian Thomas Jr., their receiver.
Yeah.
Who is a deep threat, go-get-it guy. And Trevor Lawrence has got the arm for it to go throw it down there for somebody to go get it.
Yeah.
But he's been really good for him, too. He's got 4 touchdowns in the year. I think he leads rookie receivers in touchdowns.
Really?
Yep. Malik Neighbors has 3, and Bowers only has 1. But yeah, they feed Brian Thomas for the Jags. But so yeah, and Rookie of the Year, it's all rookies can. This list, like I said, couldn't change.
Oh yeah, every week
quickly.
Yeah.
You got to think Jaden Daniels and Caleb probably going to be the top 2 for sure. You may have somebody else sneak in there towards the end.
Briefly, so now that we're a few weeks into the NFL, like if you're going back to the draft, who are you taking number 1? You still taking Caleb, or are you going to take Jaden Daniels, or are you taking Will Levis?
Well, he was last year's draft.
I know. I'm playing it, but
so I think Jaden could be that number 1 pick easily.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
So
100%. And
at least for this year, there's a lot better. The competition between those two, as far as their play, is a lot better and closer than between, Bryce and
Stroud. Yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
No doubt about it. All right, so got some World Series going off the end of the week. Did they start Friday?
Mm-hmm.
Got World Series starting. You got the two
worst teams in the whole entire league. I will not be cheering for either one.
No, but that's gonna be really fun to watch.
I hope it has record low attendance.
It won't.
Record low viewership.
It won't. It will not.
I know it won't. But as bad as I hate to admit this, I will be cheering for the Dodgers.
Yeah, I think you got to cheer for the Dodgers.
I don't want to see.
You want to see Ohtani get a ring.
Get it out of the way so he never wins another one. I refuse to cheer for the Yankees. Refuse.
You can't. The Stankies, you can't cheer for the Stankies. But you got the best in the West, the Beast in the East. Like, these are the two teams that people thought should be in it at the end of the season. So with the past couple of years, you think the Yankees would blow it.
Top 3 payrolls, obviously now top 2 payrolls.
Yeah,
made it to the World Series. So I mean, maybe that whole thing where spending money on the team is, at least for this season so far, paying off.
Yeah. Yep.
Moneyball is not at play at this point for the for these teams.
You just open up the playbook.
Yeah. You mean the checkbook?
You're only as good.
You open up the checkbook is what happened.
The checkbook, not the playbook. You you got the two best teams going at it. What's going to be crazy though is they're traveling. They got to do.
Yeah.
East Coast all the way to the West Coast. So I
feel like they should just find a small town
right in the middle.
In the middle of the U.S. and just play there.
Play at Kansas City. The Kansas Royals.
The Field of Dreams, like playing the Corn.
Isn't that a short field?
Yeah, so
short turf field.
Yeah, lots of home runs.
There would be a lot of home runs.
Hilarious tweet. It was after the Yankees clinched the ALCS in Cleveland. It said, "This land is our land," and it's so ironic because it's the Yankees playing at the former Indians Stadium.
Oh yeah.
It's just ironic. The white man taking over the Indians.
Oh man, how dare after we just had Columbus / Indigenous People Day, you're going to say that?
Oh yeah.
Jeez.
But yeah, the
check your privilege.
What would be a good beside Field of Dreams, where could you host that? Middle of the country. Logistically, what's a good stadium for middle of the country? Could you have them play?
The Rockies.
You can get a lot of home runs there too,
dude. So
that's a launching pad.
Yeah, have you ever been out there?
No.
Okay, so I've been out there a couple times. I love that stadium. Amazing stadium.
I like their scoreboard.
I love their scoreboard.
Yeah.
No, I won't. Yeah, it is a fantastic stadium.
It's my go-to field in MLB The Show.
Absolutely, you're hitting some freaking nukes.
Nukes.
Yeah, call them the bomb squad because there's guaranteed a bomb getting hit there.
Yeah.
That for me would be a great play. I kind of wish that they had like a rotating set stadiums instead
like the NFL does.
Yeah, that'd be kind of fun.
Yeah, but you get the home field advantages in baseball, which makes a huge difference in it. That traveling's got to be brutal.
Yep.
You think they pitch Ohtani out of a bullpen this series?
Oh, dude. For whatever reason, that hasn't even crossed my mind.
Yeah. Because you haven't heard anything about him doing like any flat ground work, any throwing at all.
I would be here for it.
Game 7?
Game 7.
Game 7? Oh my God! Could you imagine? Bottom of the ninth,
because the Dodgers already have a good bullpen anyway.
Bring them in, and then the lights just go.
Who's coming in?
The lights go dark. You don't see anyone. And then the only thing that turns on is lights on the mound. It's just Ohtani standing there, just ready to go, like Godzilla.
Yeah, wouldn't that be wild though?
Oh my God!
Nobody said anything about him trying to throw, unless he's still doing like rehab stuff or anything.
I mean, it's been so long now. I don't think so. Oh my. Have you heard some of this or just popped in your head?
Just thought about it.
Oh my gosh.
Would he throw?
Yes.
Or does he, if he comes in, just gets, he comes in against the best part of the Yankees lineup.
Him versus Judge. Oh my God.
You got Soto, Judge, and Stanton back to back to strike out the side to win the World Series.
Yeah.
Movie. Right there.
That would be exciting baseball right there.
That'd be wild.
I hope it happens.
The Yankees, you start seeing, they don't see Ohtani in the dugout anymore. Like, where's Ohtani? I thought he was DH. Is he hurt or something? And then
he's in the bathroom.
ninth inning, up 1 run.
Just rises out of the ground.
Because it would end in L.A.
Yeah.
Like if it went to 7, it'd be in LA.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, what a story that
Hell's Bells starts playing in the stadium.
Yeah. Oh, I'm hoping for
Comes
it
in and throws an immaculate inning.
That right there.
Just
makes
9 pitches,
series,
9 strikes.
That makes the series that much more exciting for me now. Just the thought of that.
You never know.
I hate the matchup, but it's probably a great thing for baseball.
Oh, it is, yeah. Because compared to the World Series last year, you had the Diamondbacks and Rangers, which I didn't watch.
Snooze fest.
I didn't watch it all, but I will watch this one because you've got all your big money players going off in the world's biggest stage.
American League MVP, National League MVP,
Yep.
2 former New York teams, Brooklyn Dodgers, and obviously New York Yankees.
Yeah.
East Coast, West Coast. You got corporate versus laid back.
Right.
Yeah. No, it's going to be a great series. It's going to be a great matchup. They're great athletes on both sides.
And the up and
Former
down.
Brave.
Offense,
Freddie
defense, pitching, bullpen.
No. It's going to be fun. We'll see how it goes.
It's the 2 best teams. So with baseball,
Not going to be happy with either one winning though.
No. All right. So with baseball on the mind,
On the tail end. Yeah. Okay. Yeah.
I got top 5 baseball movies. Did you do your list this time? Mm-hmm. This guy. Same thing. I texted you at 8 o'clock
Dude,
the other day. I
know.
texted you at 8 o'clock this morning.
I had a
Give
lot
me your
going
top
on.
5 movies.
Okay. So we got The Sandlot. We got The Natural. We got Bull Durham. That's just the 3 immediately popping off my head.
See, this is why I can't stand you sometimes.
Well,
I know we went to Sparkman and
Tell your
homework
mama.
wasn't a thing.
no,
but,
okay, but I've seen movies. I know movies. I know baseball. Okay, we got.
But I give you homework and you don't do it.
I forgot, dude. I mean, I didn't forget. I actually just got extremely busy because life happens. So no, Sandlot #1 for me. It's not being topped. The Natural.
That's my #1 too.
The Natural is which you've probably never seen because it's not a kids movie.
Here we go. So
it's not Marvel.
I haven't seen The Natural.
Yeah, go figure.
Not Marvel or Disney.
That's up there. Bull Durham is a
I
classic.
think I've seen that a couple times, but it was a very long time ago.
61 is not technically, but I would.
Long time ago.
Angels in the Outfield is definitely top 5. Like,
Moneyball.
yeah, and that was gonna
So
be
you go through free ball in your list, and I'll go through mine.
okay. So no, Moneyball is gonna be my last one. Great baseball movie, love
It's
it.
fantastic.
Yeah, it is. It is. I mean,
I said it in the last show.
that is a behind the scenes baseball movie, and I love it because like I'm an analyst. Like I'm all about data, and
This guy stinks. Why should we get him? He gets on base. You can't score runs if you can't get on base.
yeah,
It's like, duh. Yeah, it's
no,
awesome.
No, top 5 for sure.
Jonah Hill, Brad Pitt.
Yeah, bring back
Great.
You know what's funny about that?
Fat Jonah Hill.
So Jonah Hill's character
Bring back
in that
Fat
movie,
Jonah Hill.
his name is Paul DePodesta. He was actually hired by the Cleveland Browns, and he's probably about to get canned after this year, after being the big analytical guy.
He's with
Yeah.
the Browns this year?
Correct. He
Yeah.
has been for some
Yeah, for a few years.
Wow.
So I mean, you had a movie made about you, bro. I don't feel bad for you. You got paid.
No, yeah, it's a great movie. You could do anything you want to for the rest.
The Braves are hiring. Actually, the Titans are hiring.
All right, so yeah, we'll break down my list real quick. #5, I have The Rookie.
Oh, that's solid.
Dennis
Solid.
Quaid.
Yeah.
It's a great movie. It's a tearjerker. So I'm all about some tearjerkers.
I really just
Get
wish,
me in the feels, man. Get me in the feels.
I wish I'd have
you make me
remembered
cry.
Rookie of the Year right now. I wish I'd remembered Rookie of the Year when I was thinking of the movie.
It was on my honorable mention.
I don't care. I love that movie.
And Major League. You say Major League?
Shoot me now.
Yeah.
God bless.
So it's not on my
America.
list, but it's honorable
We got
mention.
to make these top 10, bro.
I try. I can't get you to do 5. I cannot get you to do 5. I will next week. We're not going to do baseball and football again next week.
This will come up again.
It will. All right. So yeah, I got The Rookie at #5. Angels in the Outfield @4.
Solid.
Matthew McConaughey
Yeah.
in his younger days.
He leaps 35 yards to make a catch
Yeah.
as the Angels swoop in.
At #3, I got 42. Jagger Robinson, R.I.P. Chadwick Boseman.
The only reason he knows that is because of Chadwick Boseman. He played Black Panther.
No,
That's the only reason he watched
42
it.
was before Black Panther.
That's the only reason why he watched.
42 is
It
before.
did come out before Black Panther, but he probably watched it years later after it came out because he realized
after Black Panther.
after Black Panther came out, he's like, oh, this guy's in it.
Screw you. All right, #2, I got Moneyball,
Yep.
and 1's The Sandlot. for obvious reasons. I mean, that's
a comfort film.
Kids.
Even as an adult.
Well, no, I'm just saying, like, coming out when we were kids, watching, like, that's all we did all the time. We found a stick, a ball. Well, we had bats. A ball, front yard, cul-de-sac, find a random field, just.
No, I mean, that is the perfect sports movie.
Yeah.
Like,
it had all of it.
Across all sports movies.
And the one-liners throughout that movie are used by everybody all the time.
Speaking of that, y'all, I recently saw that PF Flyers have made a big comeback, and they were re-releasing, their iconic shoe from the film with the PF Flyer logo on the inner heel, just like Benny's. Find me in some PF Flyers with the Dodgers jersey unbuttoned
next week.
Yeah, it's happening.
I don't think I could wear PF Flyers.
Yeah, I mean,
it's not my style.
Field of Dreams?
I did not.
Yeah, we're Trouble with a Curve.
Oh my God! Trouble with a Curve.
That one was. It was
I do love Trouble with a Curve. No, but no, that would have been my top 5.
How about the classic, The Benchwarmers?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, yeah, comedy, sure.
That one.
Okay, so let me talk about Field of Dreams. I love Field of Dreams. It is not a baseball movie.
How so?
Elaborate.
Okay, so it is a awakening movie. I mean, it is a man finding himself. I mean, coming to terms with the losses of his father. It's almost a road trip movie because of a little bit of driving he has to do. Yeah. Okay, obviously it's a baseball movie. I don't know. I don't know the best way for me to describe
compared
it.
to like the other baseball movies that are out there. It
Yeah.
doesn't seem as baseball oriented.
Yeah, I love it. I love it.
It's still a good movie.
Yeah, it's a great movie.
But Trouble with the Curve, it was between that or The Rookie for me at number 5. Trouble with the Curve is really good. Clint Eastwood.
Yeah, that is a great film. Justin Timberlake killed it in that, actually.
Yeah.
So I got another baseball movie for y'all. If y'all haven't seen it, it's called 8 Men Out. It's about the 1919 Chicago White Sox. They call them the Black Sox since where they threw the World Series against
Oh,
the
right.
Cincinnati Reds.
Yeah.
It's got John Cusack, the Back to the Future guy in it.
Which one?
Yeah, Shoeless Joe Jackson. It's the old time
Oh,
Sox
yeah.
guy.
Yeah. Bill
It's
Nye?
a solid movie, probably not top 10.
Bill Nye.
Bill Nye sounds
Bill
good?
Nye, yeah.
Okay.
Back in his acting days.
Yeah.
But this sports movie, it is hard to break them into 5.
Yeah, we maybe like 6.5 or something. I don't know.
But yeah, so that's
We'll try 10 next week for our next thing. Next week's top 5 or top 10 is going to be Halloween candy.
Halloween candy. So send in your top 10 Halloween candies. Candy corn is accepted
What about
because
candy?
I eat candy corn.
What about Candy Crush?
That's a game.
Oh, right.
It's a phone game.
Yep.
All right, so that's baseball talk. We got NBA starting tonight, and I didn't realize it until about 9 o'clock this morning.
I'm here for it.
Lakers are going to win it all.
Lakers are gonna
LeBron's winning MVP.
Yep.
Bronny's going to be Rookie of the Year, and you can't tell me otherwise.
Yep. You couldn't pay me $1 million to convince me otherwise.
There
It's
is
happening.
No telling what's going to happen
Okay,
in the NBA this
so
year.
we got a little mesh up, here. So King Griffey Jr. and King Griffey Sr. are going to be at the game tonight. So they're the first father-son duo to ever play in a game together in MLB. There's expectations that
Bronny might play.
and LeBron, Bronny and Bron are
Yeah.
going to play together tonight.
Depending on how that game's going, if they're getting blown out, I don't
Personally, if I were JJ Redick, I would
start him. Start him. Give him a quick 5 minutes. Go
Holy
sit
cow,
down.
You're crazy. No, I would have waited to the Christmas Day game. Be a good little Christmas present.
Aw. Start him. Get him 5 minutes. Get him a quick burn
What if he
out
goes
there.
off?
And go
What if he's like-
sit down.
What if he's like, I'm not a practice player. I'm a game day. Like
I'm saving
preseason.
myself for the league.
Preseason means nothing. I want
Preseason college didn't mean nothing.
Yeah. What if he just goes ham?
Drops 20. Triple double.
Yeah.
It's like,
Where's this
all
guy
right.
been?
LeBron's retiring tomorrow. He's like, I've done all I can.
Oh, I
Here
hate
goes
it.
my son.
I'd hate that.
I would too. But no, LeBron, the Lakers are going to win it all. So there's that.
Okay, but realistically talking, so who we got?
There's no telling with basketball. I mean, you got to think the Celtics are going to be in at the end of the year. The Nuggets are going to be in at the end of the year. What you think?
I can't stand either team. I don't even.
Yeah, I know.
I can't stand either team.
What's bad though, because I know me and you've been LeBron fans for as long as we can remember.
Yep.
We've been Cavalier fans twice. We've been Heat fans.
And now Lakers.
Now Laker fans. When LeBron retires, and I've given this a lot of thought, who the hell are we going to cheer for?
I don't know, dude.
When he
made
retires,
me love.
are we going to cheer? Are we going to be Bronny bandwagoners? Are we going to go with that, or we're just
we're
like,
going
you
with
know,
Bryce when Bryce gets in the league.
Bryce, yeah.
Zuri, I don't know. Yeah, dude, I don't know. It's gonna be so because there obviously he's great players, but I mean, he made me fall in love with basketball. Watching him, especially like that 2010, 2011,
that Heat run?
Yeah, so
just
with him,
nasty.
watching him, D Rose battle that conference finals,
Yes.
back and forth, like that's when I really
Yep, them and the Celtics.
Yeah, that was great passion basketball, and I'm like, I love this. This is exciting stuff.
It's like, who do we start cheering for a team who's already good? Logistically, do we cheer for the Grizzlies?
Absolutely not.
That's what I'm saying. Like the Atlanta Hawks.
I mean, no.
That's what I'm saying. Like, who do we cheer for? Because we want to cheer for teams that we could go to their games, but like, we both been to Memphis Grizzlies game when the Lakers have played
finally
there.
got to see LeBron earlier this year. Finally got to see LeBron play for the very first time, which was obviously at the Memphis Grizzlies.
Did he do good at that game?
He did. He did.
Did they win?
Yes, they did.
Okay, when I went,
that ass.
I think it was my either 29th or 30th birthday. I cannot remember, but my wife, she got us
30th.
tickets for my birthday.
I remember it was your 30th.
It was Ja Morant's rookie year.
Yes.
And we went up there, and LeBron had his season low of 15 points. They lost by 15 to 20. It was miserable.
He did fantastic when I went.
Well, good for you. I'm happy for
so
you.
did Tyler Reeves. They actually redid the court to like their playoff court or whatever.
All the graphic
it was
things.
awesome.
Yeah.
The
courts look amazing when they do that.
Yeah, I was like,
So, I'm happy for you. You got to see LeBron LeBron things.
I would have been very like, if I was on my deathbed one day, like 60 years from now, and I'm like thinking back on all the things that I did or didn't do, that would definitely cross my mind a couple times.
Because he's on his way out,
if
obviously.
I never got to see LeBron play.
Right. Yeah. 100%.
Yeah, like, for sure.
As bad as it was, yeah, I'm glad I got to see him in the flesh, even though I was probably 200 feet above the court.
Yeah.
Camera.
If you only a team to root for, I've seen you
Who's
have
trending?
ownership stake in a potential Las Vegas expansion team. So
They
if you
need-
a team to root for.
they need
he's
expansion
the
team.
owner, and I'm sure he'll put some money into that.
Talk about
and
Braun?
root For the Las Vegas expansion NBA team.
Talk about Braun, if he could.
Yeah.
Yeah.
LeBron taking the Las
would.
Vegas team?
I would.
Why not? Because he's probably going to put together a squad,
Yeah.
as he's done for the past 15 years.
Brady's gonna be a partial owner for the Vegas football team.
Right, yeah.
So you got LeBron in basketball. Brady.
The Titans keep trending this way. I may just scrap it all and
Fair weather fan right here. Okay. Listen, he's never.
fair weather. You are currently a Titans fan and a Steelers fan.
Okay, but let me just give you the run, which I've always been.
That's fair.
Let me preface that. This guy has been a Peyton Manning fan, okay? So he started out with the Colts.
This is very
Diehard Colts
I wasn't even
fan.
thinking about him. Yeah.
Then he was a diehard Broncos fan, okay? Then, once that was done, he's like, I'm
I cheer for the Falcons because of Julio
I'm
Jones.
an Atlanta Falcons fan.
Yep.
And then after that went south, he's like,
No, it was when Julio got traded to the Titans.
Yeah.
And I had a long, hard talk with my family. And I said, look,
he did. He took a
my
poll.
favorite player at Alabama and in the NFL just got traded to a team that's 2 hours up the road. We are Titan fans forever. And he was gone in 1 year. So it's like, you know what? Tighten up.
Yeah,
Yeah.
probably won't be seeing this gear much longer.
It'll be in the closet. I'll cheer for the Titans. Why not? I like it. I mean, they're 2 hours up the road. It'll be fine. It'll be
Yeah,
fine.
tickets are cheap right now, so.
New stadium coming soon.
Bingo.
Okay, I'm glad you pointed that out.
Bingo.
Whoever the developers are and architects suck.
It's like a top golf.
It does. It looks like a Topgolf. That is out of all the new up and coming and recently built stadiums, it is the ugliest stadium I've ever. It looks like a Whole Foods.
Can't wait to go to it, though.
Hey, the
Yeah.
Titans are playing this year. I'd rather be at top golf than watch them on Sunday.
You're right. You're right. Tickets will be cheap though, so $50.
Yeah. But, no, it's going to wrap it up for this episode, guys. We want to say, again, thank you for following along.
Like and subscribe.
Like, comment, subscribe, whether you liked it, you loved it, you hated it, everything in between. But we really appreciate the feedback we got from everybody.
Huge. I mean,
the clip we put out the other day was hey, go sit down and talk. We had no outline, obviously nothing scripted. but that took off well. So we appreciate you guys for checking it out. Like we said, the first episode will be coming out tomorrow, so please stay tuned. We will let you know when it drops. Like, comment, subscribe.
I mean, I get what you're doing, but that doesn't make sense because this is episode 2.
What'd I say?
We're not live right now. Well, you said episode 1's coming out tomorrow, so episode 1 will already have dropped by the time that this one does.
Like I said, this is a work in chaos. We are new to this.
Taking applications still, everyone. He's just a fill-in, so we're taking apps. I'm doing interviews.
We will be getting our socials in line. We will be getting a TikTok together. We will still be posting stuff on our personal Facebook pages. We have a Twitter page, X page out there as well.
Twitter
X Twitter. But again, we thank you guys. Hope you enjoy. Please like, comment, subscribe, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you guys. Thank you again. Like and subscribe.
Roll Tide.
Roll damn Tide.